This is a very important day today, another milestone in our industry. Today we showed to the world for the first time how autonomous driving city bus can operate in real-world traffic. This is what happens right now here in Amsterdam. This is what we show to the world public, another world premiere. Well, in making a bus autonomously driving, we took everything that invented for the highway pilot and put it into the bus. But on top of that, we had to develop a number of additional features, such as traffic light recognition, pedestrian recognition, bicycle recognition, and then getting to the curb at the bus stop in a very precise way. So this autonomous city bus function is able to get to the curb less than 10 centimeters, which is very easy now, comfortable for getting in and out of the bus. I think that we might be able to put this system into public transportation by the end of this decade. But laws need to change in order to allow for that. We need to have an ECE regulation changed. It's the famous ECE R79 that regulates that the driver should have his hands on the wheel when the vehicle is moving faster than 10 kilometers per hour. So for that, this needs to change. And on top of that, we need certification changes and certification procedures so that we can certify this new system. This is a very important day today for us. Signifies leadership and the pioneering spirit of the Daimler truck and bus division. Well, the driver stays in charge. He needs to monitor the system at all times. He can overrule the system, but at the same point of time, it makes his life much easier. The system is always on; it's never tired, never distracted, and he will stay in place for the next number of years. It might be that in the very distant future, we might have buses that drive completely without drivers, but that is a long way down the road. So for the time being, let's focus on semi-autonomous vehicles.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, our answer to the challenge of urban public transport, the Mercedes-Benz Future Bus. I can tell you, I spent many years in the commercial vehicle development, and this is one of the most exciting projects of my whole career. It revolutionized bus design, and it's full packed with technology. And I want to tell you more details on both in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin with the design. As you can see, the look of our concept vehicle is already extraordinary. And this great design is not just nice to have. It will play a major role in convincing more people to use public transport. Let's have a closer look inside. The differences start with the doors. They are not at the ends of the bus, but in the middle. And this facilitates the entry and exit of its passengers. Now look at the interior. There's a lot of space. The right colors of the floor makes the interior look bigger. The same goes to the large windows. And here are the grape poles. They really look like trees, right? And the lights on the ceiling are like the leaves of a tree. As Helmut Schick mentioned, the whole interior resembles a park because we want that our passengers to feel relaxed, as relaxed as they would be in a park. Now, please check out the big displays. That's how we keep passengers informed on departures, delays, but also on news, like weather or the special offer at the mail the bus is heading for. What's also new? Well, we designed different travel areas for our passengers. Those who only stay on the bus for a short time remain standing right in the middle. That means the rest of the bus is quieter. In the back, you have got the lounge area. It is for people who travel longer distances. As you can see, the seats are situated along the walls, and they look like a little bit like park benches. Well, let's ask our camera woman to go to the front. There we have the service area of the bus, near the driver. In case you need assistance, now here is a cockpit. As you can see, it is very different from today's buses. For one thing, it is not separated from the rest of the bus. That means the driver is more approachable for passengers. And here we are thinking really far into the future. When fully autonomous driving will be reality, our bus driver could offer various services, making buses even more attractive. But for now, we are still in the stage of semi-autonomous driving. That means the driver is always in control and doesn't leave the driver's seat. Another thing that strikes the eyes. Most of the usual switches and buttons have been moved below the side window. They are still accessible for the driver, but make more room for this display. It's the focal point of the cockpit. The driver gets all the necessary information about the bus and its operation mode. And here are the monitors that shows the live images from the mirror cameras. Well, to sum it up, regarding the design, there's hardly a part we have not changed in our Mercedes-Benz Future Bus. And it was worth it. Well, I'm really proud of our designers and engineers. Now let's look at the technology that makes this bus even more special. It's our city pilot. Wolfgang Bernhard already mentioned it. The system allows the bus to operate in autonomous mode. It is based on our proven highway pilot for trucks. However, we enhanced the technology for the use in cities and for public transport. Here you can see the many sensors of our future bus. There are 14 cameras, including stereo cameras for 3D vision. Mirror cameras explains the external mirrors, and cameras, we have cameras for lane recognition. There are radars along at the front corners of the vehicle. They cover ranges from 25 centimeters up to 10 meters. And we have an additional long-range radar, which covers up to 200 meters. We use high-precision GPS for localizing the vehicle, and via wireless connection, the bus can exchange information with the infrastructure, for example, with traffic lights. Just as important as the data we collect is what we do with it. Well, we fuse the data from the various sensors. That's how we create an exact image of the vehicle surrounding. So the bus knows exactly where it is at all times. It recognizes people and objects surrounding it, and it calculates exactly what will happen over the next few moments, so it can react accordingly. Well, now you know the technological basics. Let's have a look at the test track of our future bus. The route from Airport Schiphol to Haarlem is Western Europe's longest BRT line. It spans almost 40 kilometers. And it really shows what BRT is capable of. On average, about 120,000 passengers travel on Line 300 every day. Today, we will cover about half of its distance, with quite a few challenges. There are 11 stops on the way, while 22 traffic lights, 3 tunnels, and some very tight turns. Plus, we will go as fast as 70 kilometers per hour. And most importantly, we do so in real traffic. The buses of Line 300 are on regular duty. In other words, this is not a lab test. We are talking about real-life conditions. Because seeing is believing, right? We have prepared some videos for you. Now let's get started. Let's go on tour with our City Pilot. Our drivers push the City Pilot button, feet off the pedals, hand off the steering wheel, off we go. The light in the front grille of the bus changed from white to blue. That indicates that the bus is now in autonomous mode. To be precise, we are in the stage of semi-autonomous driving. That means the driver can take the feet off the pedals, can let go of the steering wheel, but the driver does not leave the driver's seat, and he's always monitoring the system. As soon as he actively interferes by steering or stepping on the pedals, the City Pilot is immediately deactivated. That's how we ensure the driver always remains in control. As you can see, the bus drives exactly in the middle of its lane, thanks to GPS and to camera-based positioning systems. Even at the top speed of 70 kilometers per hour, our bus will not depart more than 20 centimeters to the left or to the right. No human driver could do this over time. Our future bus is also capable of learning thanks to its cameras. They take in landmarks along the route. They take in the patterns of the road surface because they are like fingerprints. Then the vehicle compares it with its present location, and due to the data, it's memorized earlier and localized with a precision of just 8 centimeters. So our bus knows exactly where it is at all times. Now, what happens when the bus driver drives through a tunnel? Basically the same. GPS is not available in this case, but the camera-based positioning system are still in place and working perfectly. Now let's see what happens when the bus reached a traffic light. The bus informs the traffic lights, I am approaching. It does so by using Wi-Fi. The traffic light reacts It changed from red to white and lets the bus pass without stopping. What you can see in the film, it also works, what you cannot see in the film, it also works in the other way around. The traffic lights inform the bus of its status. Our city pilot calculates the speed to reach the next white light fast. This ensures an especially smooth and efficient ride, all in a hands-off mode. Well, let me add one thing. In situations where there is no wireless signal, the bus still recognizes traffic signals by using a camera in its windshield. Ladies and gentlemen, here's our next scenario, approaching a bus stop. The driver can see a bus stop is coming up in about 40 meters. He sees that on his screen. The bus is slowing down all by itself. And when it stops, it does so with high precision. It's less than 10 centimeters away from the curb. That makes it very comfortable for all passengers to enter the bus. The doors open and close automatically. Light barriers ensure that the bus waits until everyone is inside. And a countdown on the display tells the driver we're ready to go. Sometimes pedestrians suddenly turn up at the bus stop. Our bus detects them immediately, thanks to radar sensors and to the stereo camera. The driver gets an alert on his display and the bus reacts accordingly. It does not leave the bus stop. Or, if necessary, it will automatically brake to a halt. Then the countdown before takeoff starts again. The bus leaves the stop. You can take a ride yourself in just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope these videos have already made the point. Our Mercedes Future Bus is the most advanced bus that has ever hit the road. And we are convinced that everyone will profit. Drivers will be a lot more relaxed. Bus operators benefit from better total cost of ownership. Passengers will love the beautiful design and the comfortable rides on our future bus. And they will also enjoy faster transit, thanks to improved traffic and passenger flow. And the quick e-ticketing process. What's more, they can spend their time on the bus using the infotainment system. Finally, everyone in the city benefits from a fast, clean, and extremely safe public transport system. To sum it up, at Daimler Buses, we do not just sell buses. We think in a holistic way, and we want to create a powerful public transportation system, a system that combines all of our know-how on buses and infrastructure. Today, with our Mercedes-Benz Future Bus, we are taking an important step towards turning that vision into reality. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Gustav.